Noblemen and magistrates, welcome to the philosophical and political pantheon of all things Forrest Fenn, narrated by the Christian theologian. Um, Definitely some new news. By the way, I have done like a 2 hour video a couple weeks ago. I haven't uploaded it. Just not really in a hurry to. I don't know if I will. Probably wasn't the best video, but now the news is Billy Bob Stoof is allegedly, and which I believe to be the case. He is the Condor 2 on Reddit. Now, this is not going to be a long video. There's a lot of information probably for everybody to learn, but I forgot the guy's name. He put together a little something like a 13-page PDF with some very good detail. He's very, very suspicious of Billy Bob Stoof's behavior. The fact that this guy had downloaded already a lot of the posts, and then he tells Billy Bob Stoof, and then Billy Bob Stoof immediately starts deleting a bunch of posts. I mean, you look guilty when you do that. But again, this isn't going to be a long video. But and then you know he put the link to an article by Billy Bob Stoof about he was just stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars of, I don't know how much, of food by just scheming the system. I mean, and think about it. Do you think it'd be like a con man, right? He talks about always trying to do arbitrage, stealing all that food, doing schemes. People like that, con men, they don't play by the rules. I mean, he wanted to go be the only one to get the unedited video. Like the odds that he legitimately solved this with all of that behavior, the odds are so minuscule. That's like a con man, giving a bunch of money to a charity. I mean, it's just all of his behavior is just, it's, I don't know the word. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just not it's not on the up and up. Now, a very key thing, the key thing on the main reason why I'm doing this recording is, bear with me, right? Because this is just some crazy stuff going on. But the main reason is, I guess he had that area by the Madison River, is that Billy Bob Stoof, and the title of this video is going to be, I guess, the 3 dates. Broken record. October 2019, Scrapbook 215 business partners. He called his business partners Bill or Billy Bob, and that's what he called. That was Billy Bob Stoof, a pseudonym around the family. Makes it sound like he did see Finn a lot. And K-Pro, I guess, doesn't have the proof. I mean, she probably does. I don't know, but he went to Santa Fe 2019. So, I'm losing my train of thought. Sometimes I just go off on a tangent, but what was I saying? So, okay, so yeah, so the Madison thing, but here's the thing that a lot of you may not pick up on. Now, and a key thing is I sent on K-Pro's last video, Calazar's, I sent her, I go, hey, did you get the dating system right? Because I've noticed with Reddit, I hardly ever got on there, but to read. But most places in the United States, they go month first and then the day of the month. Reddit goes day of the month and then they go month. So it can get confusing. You know what I mean? So say it's like one of the first 12 days of the month, and you're like, okay, that's the day, that's not the month. Okay, are you following me? So we'll see how she responds to me. I don't know how to access the database. I don't know if someone can leave a link, but in terms of, you know, accessing the database, because the thing about it is I need to see some timestamps. You know, she's saying that he's making these posts in April of 2019, and it seems more likely he would be doing this towards the end of 2019. Now, he could have been doing it in April 2019, but I just want to see, I really want to see the timestamps on the Reddit, and maybe there's a way I can access the database. But, okay, so this says 22/7/2019, so that's obvious, right? August 22nd. This is Billy Bob Stoof. He uses the phrase turning alpha in the book. The second reference is to a teacher visiting his gallery. He has never used that phrase in any other writing, as far as I can tell, and he's never said it in an interview. According to Terry Scant, the strange capitalization is notable as well. I've thought this might just be a hint that the two omegas are important, so there are the same number of turning alphas as omegas. Overall, this could point to Madison Junction, where two endings meet one another. You know, he does a double omega, or the fire hole in Gibbon and become a beginning, turning alpha, quote unquote, the start of the Madison. And then this says 7/8/2019. Now, obviously, that is August 7th. I mean, that is, that's August 7th, not July 8th. But then he goes, this is one of the better jobs I've seen keeping things simple, straightforward, in line with the big picture. So thanks for quitting. Haha, I hope you had fun out there anyway. My only question is, what made you pick your specific spot to search if your definitions of the clues are like this, which would fit much of the course of the Madison question mark. Now, so again, August 7th and July 22nd, okay? He's really talking about the Madison. And then check this out. This is the key. I forgot the guy's name who did this PDF. However, a few months after, I did the math, about a month and a half. However, a few months after this last statement, he unexplainably dismisses the idea that Madison Junction is where warm waters halt, which he described in the following comment. Now, this is 1/10, so it looks like it's January 10th, but it's October 1st. Okay, guys, what was I a broken record on? October 2019, Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, November 4th in the video. Does the finder get title to the gold? If Finn says yes, but there are a lot of subchapter S's to that rule. So, guys, this is not January 10th. This is October 1st. I'm sorry you're trying to argue that geyser water can be cold. Do you know what a geyser is? Remember, the little girl in India has a good handle of English. If you don't, you should consult a dictionary. I don't think Madison Junction is the right answer. This guy put this in bold lettering. I don't think Madison Junction is the right answer, but it's silly to act like people who believe that have been proven incorrect because they are letting what is important to Finn influence them. That's the whole point of this thing, to lead you to his very special place where he wants to die. So he's talking July 22nd, August 7th, 8/7, he's talking about the Omegas, and is it in the Madison, Warm Waters Halt? And then less than 2 months later, October 1st, this guy, he changed, he goes, I don't think Madison Junction is the right answer. And again, this guy goes, however, a few months after this last statement, he unexplainably dismisses the idea that Madison Junction is where warm waters halt, which he described in the following comment. And I just read it to you, So, in a month and a half, why did Billy Bob Stoof totally change course? Totally change course. It fits the narrative perfectly. He literally changes course on October 1st, 2019. His whole belief system is Madison. October 1st, it totally changes courses. Flip of a dime, just does a 180, and guess what? That's in Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, Mary Lou, Luis Guadalupe, October 2019. That's when that was written. And then November 4th, there are some subchapter S's to the rule. What I'm getting at, these are the 3 dates. He totally, I'm sorry, okay, I'm basically done with the video, but he just changes course. He changes course. It just looks so bad that he changes course right around Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, October 2019, and then November 4th, S Corporation to the Finder. Why did he change course? Guys, now regardless, with K-Pro doing the April, maybe he was under contract with Finn earlier, as early as April 2019. I don't know, but did K-Pro get mixed up on the dating system that's used on Reddit, or she's not providing the documentation of the dates, and she won't tell us how she knows? How does she know he was in Santa Fe in April 2019? So K-Pro, she's doing pretty good. She's not really providing the evidence per se, but I know this for certain. Billy Bob Stoof was totally into the Madison, and in a month and a half or less, does a 180 and says, not at the Madison, and this is right when Scrapbook 215 Business Partners come out, and then November 4th, S Corporations. So, and I believe K-Pro, she has evidence, so we know. So now we know, what goes on with business partners. You meet multiple times, okay? I don't think she's making it up. We know that he met Finn in 2019. He totally lied about it. Never even said it happened. And then we know he met him again 2010. He has been lying the whole time. He has met Forrest Finn at least twice. Totally lying. Does a 180 right around when that bizarre Scrapbook 215 Business Partners comes out. And Billy Bob Stoof, I haven't read a ton of his posts. I've gone through quite a bit of them, and he doesn't have original thoughts. It's always replying to someone. It's kind of crude remarks, and it's just not. He has a few original thoughts, but he's just not. He just comes across as really smug and just. I'm not saying he's a con man, but these con men, they don't want to work for things. He would rather just let me get a hold of that person. I forgot the name of the person in New Mexico that can give me the unedited footage and let me meet Forrest multiple times, and not tell anyone about it. And it's okay. We know that there's been at least 2 meetings, but he lied. Never said that happened. He said it was one time. He said he had never met Forrest Finn. That's right. He said he never met him. K-Pro's got it. I don't think she's wrong. She's not going to make that up, but she knows that he was there in April 2019. And you cannot tell me that Scrapbook 215 Business Partners is insignificant because it had the most outrageous hints. Mary Lou, Luis, and Guadalupe. Luis was different. Luis was outflowing and a little gushy. Luis was different. She was outflowing and a little gushy. Talking about the spring ensemble. Talking about the bank was 2 blocks east. Guys. So, I'm telling you, he shifted gears 180 degrees right around Scrapbook 215 Business Partners and November 4th S Corporations. And he's totally shifting gears right around that time. So, unexplainably, like that person that put together that PDF, unexplainably, he just shifts gears. So, in terms of, then K-Pro does the video on, okay, we got closure. It was around the Madison. K-Pro, did you not read the what was it, 13 page? Let me see how many pages. I don't think I have it pulled up on my phone. 13 pages, or what, 12, 13 pages. Did you not read how he said he changed his mind and he said it wasn't, I don't think Madison Junction is the right answer? So, well, I don't know if that means it's, well, I never did much research on Yellowstone, so I don't know if that means, it's at another part of the Madison. But then again, she does these good PowerPoints, and the Madison's hardly in Wyoming, and it's hardly even in Yellowstone. So when he says that, did I need to watch the video again? Did K-Pro acknowledge that he said, I don't think Madison Junction is the right answer? So, I mean, she thinks that the community's getting closure. Look, Billy Bob Stoof did a 180 right around Scrapbook 215 business partners and right around S corporations. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's when he did the 180. I mean, everything is just, and then the video, the whole video thing, Billy Bob Stoof used to work for BuzzFeed, and someone said BuzzFeed is the one that did the tourism video, and it sounds just like Billy Bob Stoof. So if Billy Bob Stoof is not the one giving the interview to Forrest, then who is? Who is the one doing it? So I feel like she needs to document, yeah. And before I close up, what I meant to say was, she said, okay, so she said that she won't tell us how, but she knows that he was in Yellowstone, but she won't tell us how, in April of 2019. And then this long post about congrats, and he writes a very long post, probably would fill up 2 whole pages, and says, congrats, you found the chest. Now how do you deal with the crazies? So she is saying that he writes that up while he's in Yellowstone, I guess allegedly after he, according to her, he finds it in Yellowstone in April 2019, and shortly after he gets that DVD in the mail from the full tourism video. And then she's alleging, so he goes there, he gets the DVD, he finds something out, he goes to Yellowstone. She won't explain how she knows that he was there in April of 2019. And then he writes up this very long post, and she's not providing proof that this, I need to see that this was actually written on Reddit in April 2019. This sounds like this is written towards the end of 2019. And again, I told K-Pro about the dating system is opposite on Reddit. It does day of month first, and then it does the month. But again, congrats, you found the chest. Now how do you deal with the crazies? And everything is just scripted. I mean, it just all looks so scripted. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just not. And do yourself a favor and read that, I guess, 12, 13 page thing. And the guy, he leaves a link to Billy Bob Stoof's sorry, loading up the computer, and he leaves a link to the article Stoof wrote about stealing food. I mean, it's just basically, I don't know, basically, all these coupons, so it's like stealing food to me. So I mean, it's just, it is the most absurd, unethical thing I've ever read in my life. I mean, it's just this guy. And then we know he's trying to he's talked about arbitrage before with other stuff, and we know he's trying to get an advantage by getting access to the unedited video. And then the whole food article is the most absurd thing I've ever read in my life. I mean, and then all this, he does a 180 right around Scrapbook 215 business partners and S corporations November 4th. I mean, it's just... K-Pro's got to provide a little more evidence. I mean, I hope I'm helping kind of bridge the pathway for more information and more, because there are, I think there is potential to get a lot of answers. I'm not saying I can necessarily provide them, but again, hopefully we can get, a lot of people can get access to the database, because that guy and other people saved a lot of posts before Billy Bob Stoof could delete them. But I think there is potential to get, obviously, a lot more answers, and there is potential to maybe find out exactly what happened. I mean, this is just crazy. It's absolutely insane. So, and then Billy Bob Stoof made a comment. He was in California. Okay, well, I've got some other theories on that I don't really want to get into, but I don't know, guys. I mean, not right now. So I don't know. It's just not. It's just not. It just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, and that stuff I didn't read. Some of his long postings about, what would you do if you found the treasure? It's so scripted. I mean, it just screams Scrapbook 215 business partner. But that wraps it up. I bet you a lot of other people are going to have some good information. So I hope this helps, and we'll talk to you later. Let me add a little bit more to this, because that 1 2 hour video, I don't know if I'm going to upload it at all or anytime soon. But someone made a comment. My 10-minute video, I'm basically providing you what I believe is the view that Forrest Fenn had from basically where the special place is, or right around there. And it's an amazing view. And someone made a comment that the snow-covered mountains you're looking at in the distance, they're called the Cathedral Group. And the guy put, "So hear me all. So hear me all, and listen good." And Forrest Fenn says, "My church is in the mountains," and then in the distance you can see, if you're there right time of the year, beautiful red and green, Tea with Olga, and then you're seeing the Cathedral Group Mountains. So hear me all and listen good. I mean, guys, that's like reason number 35. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, I thought I would add that, and definitely listen to that last 10-minute video I did, because pretty good information there. But we'll talk to you later.